Hari Om, Hari Om.
You want a link? After Satsang, I'll give it. No, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Anybody can join.
So the link you keep on changing?
No, it's the same. Yeah, I'll give it to you. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Gauri Shekhar Mama, mute. Yes, Mama. Mute. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Hari Om to everybody. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Namaskar, namaskar, namaskar. One devotee feels when we are passing through severe physical pain or physical limitations are there for sitting or carrying on with any spiritual discipline that we are doing, how do we continue with that? Are we slipping into tamasic attitude, especially when the body does not cooperate? We might slip into sleep. It's a genuine question. How do we try to get an answer? One answer could be whether I am in the tamasic or rajasic or sattvic. He is with me, now. He has not left me. Even when the so-called me was not aware of his presence. He is still there, he has been still there. So, prima facie, we can say, irrespective or total disregard to our naming it or labeling it as tamasic, rajasic, or sattvic, he is there. Now, the question is, when we slip into such, our efforts to become aware of his presence get halted. Not that he is not there, he is there. But we are all struggling now to become aware of his presence. So, how do we tackle this issue? Again, there could be so many explanations. One that wells up now in our mind is, it is all right, when we slip into sleep, we will sleep. The moment we are up, we again try to remember him. We can also pray to him. My whole effort is to remember him. But you have provided a physical equipment, not in a condition to carry on with it. Please enable me to get over this. So during the period when we are trying to become aware of his presence, we also add one prayer to it. We don't have to get dejected or dispirited. Because ultimately it is he who does it, We are, when we take over the doership, we feel restless, natural. Because we have not still handed over everything to him. The sense of individuality is very much with us. Even we feel we are doing sadhana, no? We have not still started feeling that he is offering us an opportunity to remember him, which we call as sadhana. That is the truth. So we have to reach that stage. And sadhana is not separate from my life. Okay. Every moment he is with me, he has been with me. So whenever the mind says that I am thinking about outside, I am going away, I am sleeping, it is the mind that says, but he is there, no? Ever with us. So let us try to always hammer this truth. Kindly enable me to remember you. You may have your own reasons why you are not making me aware of it. But you have given me the freedom to pray to you, to make me aware of your presence. So when we do all these things, an intense prayer, mysteriously, we will get over this feeling. What is needed is to get over this feeling, that's all. That am I slipping into tamasic attitude? Does my sadhana get halted? All these things will, that aspect we will be able to get over. Finally, we have been promised, or we have seen in Papa's life, that every moment of his life, he was able to get established. There is no other thing, whether sitting, eating, sleeping, walking, talking. So then we theoretically understand, yes, whether there is slackness in our sadhana, all those things we say, but he is still with us, he has been with us. So we want to reach that stage. Let us become more and more clearer about it. And probably now he is giving us a feeling that our progress is getting halted only to make us more intense, that's all. Because elsewhere he used to say, whenever you complain that the mind is going elsewhere, where elsewhere? Everywhere only he. This is something we have to try, It is not an answer that can come from outside. These are all natural, genuine. But at the same time, the truth is that he is with us, he has been with us. So along, especially physical pain, that will definitely disturb. But in the shortest possible time, if he can pull us up, it will help us. At the time of going through physical pain, to remember him is the toughest challenge for people like us. Theoretically, we can say, yes, we should still remember he is giving us the pain, but it is difficult to remember. So at that time, prayer, intense prayer. And whenever we are free from pain, we intensify it, knowing well that the pain, the physical pain, we will try to understand later. The so-called labeled pain is nothing but the what do you call it? Penalty we are paying for not observing his laws. It may not be, please come. It need not necessarily be due to our own. External factors also can cause so many things. At that time, what will I do? So then, the proportionate to the intensity we have in linking ourselves with him, we will find mysteriously, yes, I caused it, yes, so that you will not move around. Suppose we get an accident and we are immobilized for 1 month or 2 months. At that time, how do we reconcile with it? Instead of blaming persons or objects or situations, we try to understand as a spirit sadhaka, why have you given me this? And then later on we will find, to know so many things, I have to become immobile. The wonderful love and affection shown by others people, I may not recognize at all. But this gave me an opportunity to recognize. And I am working out because of my karma. So I will not blame anybody. Like that, so many things. From our own experience, we will be able to learn. So that means anything and everything has got a purpose, including the pain. But at the same time, we keep on praying whenever we are free from. And we have found, mysteriously we will find, though the pain will be there, enduring capacity will definitely arise. We will not make a fuss about it. It is difficult, but still. Yes. Day for yesterday, what were we concentrating?
Swami, some sarveshu bhuteshu. And Guru's case, self-effort.
Guru's grace and self-effort.
Then.
Papa's letter.
Papa's letter to
Sachidanand Swami.
Papa's letter to Satsang Swamiji. On 11th July, note 1950. Yes. You read out that, Swamiji.
Letter of Satchidananda Swami Swami.
What does it convey to us? What is it that helps us as a sadhaka? Why did he make us to go through that letter that was written in 1950?
Regularity, Swami, regularity,
Ah.
prayer,
Ah.
swadhyaya.
Huh?
Stotra.
Ah. Then,
Meditation, learn some slokas,
meditation, yes.
learn some slokas.
Learn some slokas, yes.
God is present in microcosm and macrocosm.
Okay.
And some of them
Activities have a
Guru's
knack of drawing us
Guru's
away.
structure.
Huh?
Organization.
Shivananda Swami structure.
That is okay. So what?
God is within and you are his manifestation.
God is within.
You are his manifestation.
You are his.
Manifestation.
Right. So what? All these things we have been blessed to remember the words, exact words, and he made us to reproduce now. So what?
We must try to go within something.
We have to try to go within. Then,
Solitude.
solitude.
Don't join in any
Don't join any organization.
Don't join any organization. Yeah, we have all joined this organization, no? So how do we understand that? We are in Anandashram, no? We have been in contact with Anandashram. Many of us are staying in ashram. How do we interpret all those things? That means I have to take a room outside, keep coming here, and then go. Huh? So what is the take-home meaning,
Not to get attached to any outer.
Triune path.
Huh?
Triune path. To follow the triune path, wherever you are.
Swamiji,
Yes.
Swamiji, what I feel that why Satchidanandji was instructed by Papa to not join any organization. It was as per his stage, and Papa wanted Swami Satchidanandji to dive deep within and explore the silence, explore the Maun, and fall in love with that Maun, Swamiji. And Swamiji, and I really feel that because you have been teaching us on Maun sadhana and how to work towards our Maun sadhana, Swamiji. What I feel is it's about experiencing that silence and falling in. I mean, it's more of Swamiji, because as you just now asked the question, what to do when you go within, Swamiji, if you ask me, I would say I really want to fall in love with God. I want to develop more and more of that bhakti, Swamiji. And that is, Swamiji, this silence, this Maun sadhana, it is helping me with that, Swamiji. This is what I think.
You are right, yes. So when we identify with anything, this tendency to go within might become halted. And as you said, though it is not a fall in love, a rise in love,
Yes, Swami, that is.
Normally, when you say fall in love to something that is perishable, this love is also like that. But this love is something, the moment the process of loving the loved one here is he. uh, it enables us to raise ourselves from the present level to a higher level.
Yes, Swamiji.
So for that, silence is the method, and for silence can be had only when you are away, and at the same time, minimum breathing, how to intensify the inward journey. That could be the reason why he said, don't join any organization, don't get into any activities, because that will hamper the your inward journey. It could be, yes, you are right. The intense when you become intense in loving him, no, uh, you are there, you are with me, and why don't you make me aware of your presence? You know? When we keep on asking, nothing else we need, only this question. You are with me, you have been with me. It took years and years and years for me to understand this basic truth, fundamental truth, that you have been with me right from my seed stage up to this moment, and you don't come out and make me aware, and now you are slowly making me aware. You are providing me opportunities to know that you are there, and intellect, with the intellect you have given, I am fully convinced now that you have been with me. But at the experiential level, when I react to events and individuals as an individual, you seem to be not at all present. So kindly take out that feeling in me. Nothing else I am asking. I am not asking anything to change. Take out that feeling that I have forgotten you. Something like that. For that, inward journey is necessary. That means my commitment to outside world should become less and less. My interaction with the world should become less and less. So probably with that in view, Swamiji would have suggested that don't get into anything, and be regular in your morning meditation. That word is very important for all of us. Probably we would not have given importance for this word, meditation. If you go through glimpses of divine vision, small book, you will find Papa talking straight away about this. Meditation, need for going within, no? Concentration, meditation. So now, that is something, we started chanting anywhere, anything for anything, we say we will have Ramanam session. Good. That has put us on the line. And during that period, though mind may go here and there, most of the time it will be on the Nama. After the Nama session, have I established the connection? That also has to be verified. I will just read out his words about meditation, morning meditation. He says, by concentrating your mind, by making all thoughts converge up to one point, revert your gaze within. Therein lies the splendor of your soul, which animates all your thoughts. This splendor is the divine consciousness within you. Then you behold the immortal root of your existence and of the world from which your mind and all manifestation have derived their light and movement. In short, to turn your gaze within and see your own eternal self is to see God. Repetition of Ramnam simultaneously with meditation on the great ideal is perfectly right. Simultaneously. But the remembrance must flow in the mind without a break. Repetition of Ramnam simultaneously with meditation on the great ideal is perfectly right. But the remembrance must flow in the mind without a break, like the stream of oil poured from one vessel into another. This must continue until you lose yourself entirely in the infinite reality, and rising above the body consciousness, feel one with all lives and existence. During meditation, repeat mentally the Rama mantra. You have to bring up in it the glorious attributes of God. After some practice, let even the repetition of mantra stop, so that the mind may be perfectly still without any waves of thought rising in it. Thus, be self absorbed for some time. Thus, be self absorbed. You may see lights at this stage or hear sweet sounds. Go past these until you transcend the body consciousness. So every time he gives us from his experience, he was not merely chanting. So in our case, we did not give much importance for the meditation aspects.
சுவாமிஜி இப்ப நீங்க படிச்சது glimpses of
Glimpses of divine vision, meditation.
okay yes yes thank you sir.
So once in a way we have to keep on read few earlier. We don't have to read in pages somehow. Like this, 3-4 lines. Then we try.
Yes sir.
Not for reading we are doing it. Some clues he has given, whether it is possible for our equipment to practice. If it is not possible, he will give us some other practice. On the one day start பண்ணி direction பண்ணணும் இல்லையா? So for that now he is giving us his own experience. So he was doing not merely chanting, along with chanting he was also meditating. The meditation word வந்து ஒரு it is difficult to explain. So each one of us has to try and define what is meditation for us. As a spiritual child of Papa, we can define probably to this extent. Meditation is nothing but an effort to become aware of His presence, who has been with us right from our seed stage up to this moment. The moment we are back to the sense of individuality, we try to recognize the air we breathe. Immediately we can try, We have connected up our breathing to God. Without air, I cannot survive. I have not provided the air for me. He has provided the air for me. Like that, one item. Let us not bring so many, In our lectures, we say that air we breathe, water we drink, earth we exist, space to move about, 98.4 degree temperature to keep us alive. Okay. One we will concentrate.
Yes Swamiji. Kartale early morning without any disturbance, yes, if we try slowly படிப்படியா கொஞ்சம் நம்ம தாட்ஸ் எல்லாம் ஃப்ரீயா இருக்குச்சுலே that is very
actually now when we discuss, one thing also is becoming clear. Every day Puja Mataji wanted all of us to go through that prayer for world peace. And you will know, first it is addressed as adorable presence. Presence of whom?
yourself.
Presence of that power. That power has been detailed. Next line. Adorable presence, thou who art within and without, above and below and all around. Okay. Then, all pervading. The next comes. You are interpenetrating the very cells of our being, So we go slow now. We are hearing this because
Chuma, when we start with adorable presence, அதுவே அரெஸ்டிங்கா இருக்கு சுவாமி.
வேணாமே சும்மா நம்ம adorable presence எல்லாம் போராது. Because adorable because when I have not understood, you are so gracious. You have not left me, you have given me the privilege of knowing you. So that is why I say adorable presence. Most revered. அந்த ப்ரெசன்ஸ் வரதே நமக்கு அது பில்டப் பண்ணணும். அந்த ப்ரேயர் சொல்கிறது மாதாஜி ஏன் அது போட்டாங்க? Thou who art within and without and all around, thou who art the
Eye of our eye. Eye of our eye.
அல்ல அது முன்னாடி அந்த இன்டர்பெனிட்ரேட்டிங் இருக்கு இல்லையா?
The very cells of a being.
அங்கே we should stop.
Yes, Swami.
Yes, Swami.
The very act of
This one prayer is all comprehensive.
all comprehensive. Because we are trying to understand the adorable presence. I may be doing Ramnam, I may be doing Bhajan, I may be doing this and that and this and that. But what is needed is to remember him, no? So the eye of our eyes, ear of our ear, heart of our heart, mind of our mind, life of our life, soul of our souls, bless us, dear God, to become aware of thy presence now and here. There should be an attempt, even for a quarter of a second. Because we say that this is all that we ask of thee. I don't want anything else. So let us be true to that prayer. No? It is, as somebody said now, it is the quintessence of the entire spiritual goal to be achieved. That is enough. It is for that purpose we are chanting Ramnam. It is for that purpose we are doing all labeled sadhanas. Eye of our eye. I am seeing it, there is a power behind my seeing. There is a power behind my hearing. There is a power behind my breathing. There is a power behind my very life. There is a power behind my sense of individuality. Soul of our soul. Blessed dear God, to become aware of thy presence now and here. So every day Mataji wanted us to go through this. Take it up seriously now. Every time when we take, nowadays when we go there, every time it is difficult to proceed further. Mataji, you wanted us to, but how far we are? These two prayers, prayer for world peace and universal prayer, both. Because that is the crux. That is the one for which we are all striving now. Make me dedicate my life to thee and to thy service. Am I? One more day has gone. I have not entirely. Creator, protector, destroyer of the world, I come in all humility to thy holy feet and surrender myself entirely to thee. When are you going to make me to become a reality? You are making me to chant, but at the same time I keep my me and my, I have not surrendered. He is intact now. So every time when we repeat this, we try to understand, this is the one I have to, this is the one I have to, this is the one I have to reach. It has been beautifully expressed in uncomplicated way, in an uncomplicated way. So for this, we have to be exclusively introvert. That is why Papa said, be a regular, don't join anywhere. Every now and then the thoughts may come, so some sutras, some reading, in between chanting. But always think that your life has been consecrated to him and him only. You gave me a sense of individuality, you gave me an individual life for enjoying yourself, okay. In that process, you also want me to enjoy with the sense of individuality which you are given. That is the purpose of your life. I slowly now realize. The moment we start thinking on these lines, Rest of the other things slowly, gets side. I won't say it will go in once and for all. Don't let us not bother about it. Let it go. Suppose we need some entertainment, we need some diversion. It is all right. But our major thrust will always be there. Just like the mother when she cooks, when she is involved in various activities, the child in a cradle, it is always in her mind, alert. So let us be in any activity he makes us to choose. Let us not make a fuss about it. But let our mind get riveted more and more on it. Then we get a clear-cut definition about Vairagya also. It is not a forced self-denial. When the priority gets shifted, naturally it gets, we don't do that, we maintain, okay. And when we go through our own past life, we will find that the definition becoming clearer and clearer. For example, suppose you are spending your time in reading the biographies or philosophies or something like that. Your neighbor friend comes and says, we'll go for a movie. Then we will say, no, I am not interested, this and that. Come on, everybody, it's a beautiful movie, come on. Then immediately we will find, prompting has also come from him, And you have expressed your desire, and he is a good friend, close friend. He is also a man with a lot of values in his life. Then you say, I am not interested. Come on, man, get on. Okay. Then we go there. Suppose we don't identify ourselves with that. We find mysteriously the other person will not compare us. Because we are not belittling or condemning. Though we are holding on to our own discipline, we don't place ourselves on a higher platform and say this and that. To them, that is the priority God has given at that particular moment. So any situation can be tackled, provided we keep on hammering this truth. But until we get the stage, it is better to avoid. We have to be a little selective or choosy in our activities. Until we realize that every activity is actuated by Him. When Papa wrote that don't involve in any activity, however great it may be, probably it is only with this intention. That later on you will be able to involve in all activities with this. You are properly grounded in the truth that everything stems from Him only. It is not coming from a sense of individuality. So to get that balance, we have to recede from our present side of life and then get ourselves rooted, established, concretized in that, so that when we come out of it, that insulation will be there, or we become, as we said, impervious to the so-called down-pulling tendencies. We have to keep on bringing this letter into our mind. It is a
very big eye-opener, Swamiji. Very, ரொம்ப பெரிய eye-opener for us.
It's a great eye-opener, no doubt.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have to thought-provoking.
Yeah, very thought-provoking, very well. That is why probably Papa prompted us to preserve that letter and share with you all. Because it is needed for us. We will again go through that for those who have not heard it. This Swami is Papa's letter to Puja Swami. Beloved Ramdas got your loving letter of the 3rd instant. We were looking forward for it. Glad that you have taken the new name Sachidananda and assumed sannyas. You know now. That's it. You know now that your life is entirely dedicated to God. Feel conscious of this every moment. This thought itself will help you in realizing the goal. Of course, our hearty blessings are with you for your attainment of self-illumination. Do sadhana in a disciplined manner. Be regular in your early morning meditations. Avoid tamasic influences, either from within or without. This is what we were discussing. We have to be a little choosy, selective. Do not get involved in any external work, however exalted it may appear to be. Concentrate on the sadhana. Occasionally go and have darshan of Swami Shivananji. His company, even for a short while, will be a source of inspiration to you. That means the presence of a realized soul will have its own impact, positive impact. You don't go and discuss or something like that. Just be there in the presence. And we are checking out. He is also a person like all of us. He did not come from the sky. He was also born to a father and mother. He was also raised by the society. And he was an individual. And the turn came. What is it that make me to go there now? What are the ideas that are pulling me now, drawing me towards him? These things, when we sit before the realization, we try to bring out these questions. Because unknowingly we adore him, no? Something that attracts. If we don't analyze, it stays at the physical level, we go back, we don't derive any, it does not have any impact. We get a clue of this from Papa's own explanation about what he felt at the time of meeting Bhagavan, Ramana. There are 2 words. Any of you remember that? Passionless tenderness. It's a beautiful word. Papa did not just meet him and then he has extracted, what is it that made him to go there and derive and still get inspired. Passionless look and tenderness. Passionless means, detached. Tenderness means overflowing love. Here is a person who has scaled the heights, and what comes out of him is the passionless outlook and a tenderness in his approach and look. And he is in a position to touch and kindle the same thing in me. And so it stays with me. It is kindled, that is why. He was able to express like that because it is touched and kindled in him. The passionless and the tenderness, both these aspects were touched and kindled, and Papa became aware of it internally. That is why the impact remains. So satsang means that. What is it that stands out, from the rest of the people? What is it that make me to go often to him, to remember him? There is an inexplicable present feeling wells up the moment I remember him. I try to analyze so that I go past the bodily. Otherwise, I get stuck at the physical level, which will not give me much benefit, excepting some sentimental, emotional feeling for some time. So he said, occasionally go and have darshan of Sri Swami Shivananji. His company, even for a short while, will be a source of inspiration. Keep before you the central truth that God dwells within you and you are His manifestation. So this going out, going out in search of Him, we try to slowly stop. Right from our childhood, we would have been taken to temples. We have developed some devotion for the Ishtadevata. We are taken to see Mahatmas. They have also impressed us. All right, all right, all right, all right. But unknowingly, we have kept God outside us, Guru outside us. That is why still we, in spite of doing it for uh, weeks, months, years, decades, we feel we are there where we started. So kindly keep before you the central truth that God dwells within you and that you are His manifestation. Let your mind always dwell on Him. This is the letter written by Papa to Puja Swamiji immediately after his assuming sannyas. Luckily, we were able to get that letter. Because you might not know the background. On 26th January 1949, Swamiji came and joined, dedicated his life to Papa. Then, as usual, like all of us, he gets into activities. At that time, Swamiji himself told us, the Udyoshala ashram was running, vocational training center. So the accounts were not there perfectly kept. So Swamiji has also studied accountancy and shorthand typewriting. That background is there. So then he was prompted to take it up and set it right. Whatever he touches, he will set it right perfectly. Months got rolled on, 7 or 8 or 9 months. Suddenly one day he realized, what for I have come and what am I doing? So he went and stood before Papa, Papa, I have not come here for all these things. Oh, very good. I am for contemplative life. Very good. Then you go to Rishikesh. Papa did not give any lecture. He immediately said, yes, you are right. You go to Rishikesh, take sannyas, remain alone, don't join any organization. Carry on with your sadhana. Ramdas will give you clothes and even name if you want. So Swamiji told us he was taken aback. He had no idea of any sannyas at all. Then he started. He went there and he wrote a letter after assuming sannyas from Ananda Shivan to Sachidananda. Swamiji, Papa asked whether you want Sachidananda or Anantananda. These two names were suggested. And Swamiji said, okay, you give Sachidananda. So Sachidananda is and he assumed that he wrote a letter. That letter also we have remembered. I don't know where we lost it. But this letter, Papa's reply, was somehow we were able to locate it. And we preserved it. Every now and then, as sadhakas, we have to keep on reminding ourselves, because we are in the midst of so many activities, there is a likelihood that the aim of the life might get diluted, distracted. Every now and then we do. This is the background. So this thought itself will help. First again, Ramdas got your loving letter of the third instant. We were looking forward for it. Glad that you have taken the new name Sachidananda and assumed sannyas. You now know that your life is entirely dedicated to God. Feel conscious of this every moment. This thought itself will help you in realizing the goal. Of course, our hearty blessings are with you for your attainment of self-illumination. Do sadhana in a disciplined manner. Be regular in your early morning meditation. Avoid tamasic influences either from within or without. Do not get involved in any external work, however exalted it may appear to be. Concentrate on the sadhana. Occasionally, go and have darshan of Sri Swami Shivanji. His company, even for a short while, will be a source of inspiration to you. Keep before you the central truth that God dwells within you and that you are His manifestation. Let your mind always dwell on Him. Let Ramnam ring on your lips whenever you are not doing any meditation or reading. You may reduce reading to the minimum. Learn by heart stotras that elevate your mind. Be free and cheerful like a child, like a bird, and feel assured that the divine is at your back. The divine is at your back, and you are sure to reach the goal. When we read one more point, that means this letter need not be taken as the final, what do you call, clarion call of Papa to all of us. Depending upon the mental, the mindset he gives this. Suppose a person gets involved in bhajan, he loses himself in the bhajan and derives the joy of his whole close communion with God through that form. That's also okay. But ultimately, you should know that you feel his presence. So he suggested this to a person of Swamiji whose mindset was on contemplation, contemplation, contemplation. Because in many of his writings, so many other suggestions are there. So we should also know that we have to take out something that will help us in our sadhana. At the same time, not following, because that was given to Swamiji. His mindset, he was not ready to involve himself in any activity. And he specifically told Papa that I want to lead a contemplative life. So any other person who is involved, who is conscious of God's presence, and anything, he said, do it, do it, do it. What is important is the first word. You know now that your life is entirely dedicated to God. Feel conscious of this that is important. Yes?
Papa also said that bhajan ultimately leads to silence.
Correct. So we should try. We should ask ourselves, not following. Because Papa keeps on telling you are ultimately you should get the guidance from within. Because he did not get any guidance from without. He was relying on God within. He employed different methods, mainly this Namseva Dhyan, only to get riveted in that. Now we are looking at ourselves. What are we doing? What we have been doing? What is our present state? Then we try to do some fine tuning wherever it is necessary. The third line of this, is very important. You now know that your life is entirely dedicated to God. That is why Puja Swamiji later on he said, you remember, a sadhaka is a sadhaka for 24 hours. Not when we are in ashram, when we go to temple, when we see a Mahatma, when we are in Satsang. No. A sadhaka is a sadhaka for 24 hours. Means what? Even when I am working in the office, even when I am involved in household activities, even when I am involved in social activities, my mind should get riveted in that. He has provided me an opportunity to work. Then it's all right, no? If I don't get that, I should withdraw and somehow try to get myself trained. Feel conscious of this every moment. This thought itself will help you in realizing the goal. You now know that your life is entirely dedicated to God. Feel conscious of this every moment. This thought itself will help you in realizing the goal. Then only he starts telling, do sadhana in a disciplined manner. So nothing is taboo. No field is taboo. We have to keep, in our case, we have to keep on bringing this prayer very now and then. You are making me to cook. You are making me to clean. You are making me to go to office. You are making me to work. Please enable me to remember this. So that the me and mind do not come there. When the moment the me and mind jumps and takes over the doer shape, I have understood. All limitations are there. I develop likes and dislikes, rights and wrongs, preferences, priorities, so many things well up in my heart. Because I have forgotten that you have actuated me, you have piloted me, you have asked me to do that. I think I have initiated it for my own defined progress, my own defined happiness. Then all these problems come. So enable me to remember that you are behind this. People like us who are involved in seva, we cannot run away from the field of seva, but at the same time, we try some method by which uh, we try to insulate ourselves from the downpulling tendency of the mind. Every day through satsang, he is giving us a lot of inputs. It is 1 hour and he is giving us. With that, we try to refine. To wherever loose connection is there, we try to tighten. Every day we may fail, we may forget that he is making me to do. And then I sit again, oh, I shouldn't have done that, I shouldn't have. Again, I try to correct myself. So these
A
are,
lot of introspection is
pinna.
ரொம்ப ரொம்ப நம்மளுக்கு நம்மள இன்ட்ராஸ்பெக்ட் பண்ணிட்டே இருக்கணும் இல்லையா சுவாமிஜி?
ஆமாம் ஆமாம். அதுக்கு தான் இப்போ நான் அவர் அந்த மௌன செஷனை தரார்.
Yes, Swamiji, yes.
So when we sit in the Mauna session, we have put the shutter, no? At least there is no external disturbance. Mind may go out, but there is no external disturbance. So first stage is that will only help us. Then we try to bring, and then suppose the mind is still turbulent, we devise some discipline suitable to our equipment. Watching the thought, chanting the name mentally, hearing the name, something like that, whatever. He will guide you from within. So this Mauna session, when it is taken up on a regular basis, he was telling about morning meditation, no? This is what he meant. So we try sometime at least every day, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, where we don't interact with anybody, and at the same time trying to identify the power because of which you feel you are. No? Simple. We are trying to understand the power which makes us feel that I am so and so. The consciousness absolute, the awareness absolute. We are trying this. We have heard this meaning. We have heard this word. We know the literal meaning. Consciousness, awareness, this and that. Be conscious of, be aware of. All those things we have understood. But when our Shastras, when Mahatma says, you are consciousness absolute, how am I to understand? One stage you may get, the knowing principle in you is what is called the awareness. You know that you are talking now. You know that you are hearing now. What is that knowing principle? Like that we try to go within. And finally we know that it is impossible to know it, because it is from that awareness itself this thought has sprung. So automatically the thought will go exhaust itself and become nil, which is what is called stillness or silence or peace or serenity or Nishtala Tattva, whatever we call it. Again, for a fraction of a second we might get, we are again back. Again we try, again back. By the time the 30 minutes are over, or 15 minutes are over, or 45 minutes are over. Again, but the impact will remain. And the next session. So brick by brick, a construction is taken up like that. With this, this positive thoughts, creative thoughts, elevating thought, thought by thought, we build up this. And finally, we know the base from which the entire structure has been built. Avalambanam. So the take-home message is that let us concentrate more and more on the inward journey. It doesn't mean we should stop anything, no. Concentrate more and more on the inward journey, and with that background, to make it more effective, I do Ramnam. To make it more effective, I start feeling His presence in all that I use, in all that makes me comfortable. So Nama and Seva, I try to bring in. I think that will do for today. More about it we can discuss on Monday. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Once again, before we close, the book, Glimpses of Divine Vision. Those of you who have, kindly open the first page and read out the try to enter into the mysterious origin of your and the world life. To know who you are in reality is the real quest. To arrive at this truth, you have to, by a systematized process of thought and discipline, transcend all human limitations set by the body, mind, intellect, and then, embarking on the realm of the spirit, realize your immortal, changeless, blissful nature. Try to enter into the mysterious origin of your and the world life. So in our Mauna session, this is what is needed, no? To know who you are in reality is the real quest. So those who have the book, kindly go read it again and again and again and start pondering and make use of it during our Mauna session. Hari Om, Hari Om. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Namaskaram, Namaskaram, Namaskaram. Plural. Pranam, Pranam. Plural, plural. Namaskaram, plural. Okay. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Hari Om.
Swamiji, how to log on to the session?
Eh?
How
I'll
to log
give you
on?
the link. I'll give you the link. He was.
Om Shri Ram.